Hi there again, everybody. Boyd back with you with TrekWorks. Well, I'm out here in the shop today working on the NX-01, putting these Aztec decals on, and you can see I've started to get quite a bit of it done already. I've been working on it for about an hour or so, and chatting with the guys on the Sci-Fi Model Action live chat thing here tonight, and I started working my way around the sides here. What I'm about ready to do right now is put the NX-01 Enterprise name here on the front, because that's always a fun one to do. I thought I'd show you that. So I've had it soaking here for just a minute. Let me get it put on here. And we want to make sure that we don't get any wrinkles or anything like that or tear it, so just being really careful here. These are really thin decals. Let's see, I got a little bit of a problem here on the end. It already has folded on me there. Let's see if I can get it straightened back out. Okay, that looks pretty good. And this goes right about here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And I just use a damp paper towel here to tamp this down a little bit and get all the excess water off of it. And hopefully work any air bubbles that are in there out. You can see these things move really easy once they're while they're still wet. These are really thin decals. They seem to be pretty tough. They're not. I haven't had any issues with them tearing yet, but they are super thin. And don't get discouraged when you're doing this too, because at first, when you first put them on, they really look wrinkly and horrible. But you just gotta be patient and let them sit there and dry for a little bit, and they will come around. Okay, let me see if I can get you a little bit closer to that. As you can see, there's a little bit of wrinkles and things like that in there. And what I'll do here is I'll just get a little bit of dry time on that. Give me just a few seconds here. I just want to make sure that I've got all my water out of it. Don't want any water trapped underneath of it. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to use a little bit of this decal bonder, and we'll just give that a real little douse of that, and that's going to make everything lay down really nice for us here. So what I'm using is this, let me back off here for you here. This is the Testor's decal bonder. You can buy it at any hobby store. This is the stuff I prefer to use. Now I'm just going to lay that light little coat on there like that, and that's going to, what that's going to do is after a few minutes, that's going to make that decal just settle right down on there and smooth out. And I like this stuff because it dries really fast. Probably at about 15 minutes or 10 minutes or so, that will be dry. And then I'll be able to move on to the next section of decals. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start working my way around, and I've got to go up on the top here and around this back edge and then back to the rear part of the model. And I'll come back in just a little bit and show you the progress on that. We'll see you then. Okay guys, it's been about another hour or so out here, and I've got just about the entire top of this saucer covered up now, and you can see the progress there. It's just slow, tedious work, and what you're encountering when you're doing this is that you lay these down, and you get a little bit of build-up here in these little crevices, and so you use a hobby knife or something else that'll fit in there and just kind of go in there and smooth those out as you go along. And try to get them leveled out as best as you can. They're not going to be totally perfect because you've got the edges of the decals in there, so there's only so much you can do. But and then there's a couple little air bubbles in it here and there, and hopefully those will settle down. What I'm planning on doing, again, like I mentioned before, after this is all done and dried overnight, it'll get clear coated again, maybe with 1 or 2 coats, and then I'll be able to have some padding on there that I'll be able to wet sand this and get this smoothed out again. It's never going to be as smooth as it was with just the regular paint on there, but we can get it pretty close to being back to that. It's by the time you're done, the model's entirely covered in decals, so you're going to have a little bit of a texture on there, but I'm pretty happy with the way they look and the color of them and everything like that. It blends in nice with the color that I chose for this. So alright, I'm going to keep working here. You can see I'm all the way to the back, and I'm just about to the booms and the pylons now, and I'll be doing that. I'll come back and show you some progress on that. I'm hoping that by the end of today's session I should have the entire top half of this thing covered. And so we'll be looking pretty good, and then we'll move on to the bottom tomorrow. So I'm kind of keeping track of the time I'm spending on it too, and I'll let y'all know how long it took for all that after I'm done. So, okay guys, I'll be back again here in just a little bit, and we'll show you some more progress. Hey there again, everybody. Well, you can see it's been about another hour or so, and I've got the entire top of the model now covered in Aztecs. The entire top side is done here, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. Just going along in little sections, then I would stop and spray a little bit of decal bonder on there. Again, using that Testor's decal bonder, it dries pretty fast, about 10 minutes or so. And then you can move on to the next panel, not worry about disturbing anything and everything. So that's really good. That's why I like it better than the microsol and the microset. And you can spray it on, so you don't have to worry about if you're using a brush or something like that. You might move something or anything like that. So it's pretty slick, and it works very well. When you spray any kind of, when I sprayed the bonder on there, they kind of changed color a little bit, but they came back after it dried to the original color, so we didn't get any running or anything like that. But I really like these Aztecs, how they add some of the darker areas around the model too, where it kind of looks like some of that stuff's been painted on there now. And so that adds a lot of detail to it. Down here you can see I have the sheet. Tomorrow I'll be putting the bottom side Aztecs on, and but I'm going to be putting these on last. These are all the really small detail ones. This is the sheet that actually came with the model, and I'll be using this, and the reason why is all these, when you get a factory decal sheet, all these are individual decals that you don't actually have to cut them out. They'll slide off with just a little bit of excess film on them, and so I'll be able to just cut out a big section of these little rectangles and all these little things, and just take my hobby knife and go around the model and lay those on there real quick, and that'll save me some time, rather than on the aftermarket sheet you have to cut each one of them out really precise and do each one like that. So that'll save me a lot of time, and those should go on there really well, and we'll take care of that. So probably by tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to start on this early in the morning, and probably by tomorrow afternoon I should have this pretty well wrapped up. It's not taking nearly as long as I thought it would. I'll probably have about 5 or 6 hours in the whole thing, and I'll be done. So not too bad at all. And then we'll come back and clear coat it, and it'll be wrapped up and ready to be mounted on a stand. So really pleased. Alright guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Take care out there. We'll catch up with you tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening for the final video of the build and decaling on this, and then we'll mount it on a stand after that, and it'll be wrapped up. Then we'll be moving on to the 1350 refit kit, and I'm really excited about building that. I've got some nice aftermarket stuff to go on that kit as well. So okay guys, take care out there, and like I like to say, everybody, happy modeling guys.